So we are officially on the final phase of off season, and we got custom conferences. I'm trying to debate whether or not I'm going to add anybody else to the conference or if I'm going to leave it as is. I know I'm not quite ready to leave the conference myself. Still have work to do. I want to at least win a national championship before I even contemplate leaving the conference. I want our teams overall to get a little better than it already previously was, because if I take a step in the direction of going to like a Big 10 or a Big 12 and our team is still in the 70s as far as the overall is concerned versus teams that are 85s to 90s to 99s, that's not going to bode well for us. So if anything, what I might do is I might add somebody from the independents. Like last college football, I added Notre Dame to Conference USA. But am I going to add Notre Dame again or no? Pac-12 only has 2 teams. I could steal somebody from here, like a Washington State or Oregon State. I might just leave it as is for now. We'll give it another year. I might think about adding somebody next offseason, but we're going to go ahead and advance to the next phase. I don't want to say offseason, because I think it's preseason where we make the schedule and everything and add our prospects. So yeah, we're unranked. The team is a 72 overall, so we are moving up the ladder. 71 on offense, 74 on defense, D+ for the conference prestige, and a C for brand exposure. We got to get all that up. Playing time stayed the same. Playing style stayed the same, so on and so forth. So yes, we are officially on year 4 preseason. So now we have to add all the prospects to our recruiting board, and then we got to start our recruiting. So, or scouting. I don't know why I said recruiting. Yes, we have to add prospects to our recruiting board, but we have to start our scouting and see who's worthy of getting a scholarship and who's not. So we have 575 hours to work with. Looking at top prospects, wide receivers. Okay, so we got couple people who have us green, not a lot though. We want to look for some 4 stars, but we don't want to tackle a lot of 4 stars, because if we start shooting for the stars, going after 4 stars, then we're gonna end up leaving people on a table that we could have been spending hours on scouting and recruiting. And then other teams are going to be ahead of us in that category with those guys. So we want to add a couple 4 stars, not a lot, but then we want to start targeting the 3 stars. So first and foremost, we address in the receiver category, which we got 3 here, but I like to do a little extra for certain positions like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, cornerbacks, so on and so forth, edges, outside linebackers. I like to add a little more. Now, if it comes down to it and I don't get a chance to cover every single need, I'll go and remove from one of these positions. But right now, we're going to go ahead and add tight end. Don't really have to go any further with that. Tackles and guards is another position that you can go heavy at. So we'll attempt to go after a 5-star. That I don't think we'll get the 5-star, but we'll attempt it. Doesn't hurt to try. So let's see. Guards. Need 2 guards. Okay, I got the 2 guards. We're good there. Center. Okay, so we have a green here who is a 4-star and have us at 7th, and we have a silver tier there. Let's take a peek at edges first, and then we'll come back and address center. So defensive tackles. Damn, nobody has this green dotted? Okay, here we go. We got something with outside linebacker for sure. So here we go. And we have a silver tier for the pipeline there. Mike, we need 1 here. There we go. A silver tier. We got another silver tier. I'm going after the ones where we have at least silver. And cornerbacks, safeties, which I really could go overload at cornerback and move those guys to the safety position. That's what I typically like to do anyways. So let's go back to tight end, and then we'll go to recommended. Here we go. Now this is where all the green is at, but we do want to filter it so that We have the 3 stars and 4 stars near the top. All right, let's see. Recommended offensive tackles. Here we go. All right, so we got a 4-star there. I'm gonna add him just to be on the safe side. We got a couple of 3 stars here that have us green. We're on their radar. 5th and 7th. Got 22 targets. Need about 13 more. 12 more now. Let's see. Center, Dewey. There we go. Alex Brahms. All right, so about 10 more recruits that we can add. Guards, there we go. This is a sweet spot. So I like to attack the top prospects first, but not go after a ton of them. Then I like to go after the recommended. Let's see. Edges. Okay, we're good there. We got 2 of 2 there, but you can't never have too many. You can't ever have too many. So let's see. Let's go off outside linebacker. That's another one that I like to do the position flex type of deal. So I'll add a couple edges, but 9 times out of 10, majority of those edges don't have a ton of speed. So I like to go after an abundance of outside linebackers because majority of the time they have about the speed that I'm looking for my edges. So if they don't work out or they're not fast enough to be linebackers for me, I go ahead and I convert them to edges. Because majority of the time, when these edges come out, they have like 60-something speed, maybe 70 speed. So then I end up moving those guys to D tackles. So it's really a plus either way you slice it. But we're going to go ahead and remove Nada since he has us X'd out for a deal breaker. And you can always flip that throughout the year, but we're not going to take any chances. We're at the very beginning. We want to start off on a clean slate with prospects who have legit interest in us and go from there. So we still have to address the cornerback spot. We need 3 of those. We need a fullback, but I'm not really going to go after fullback. Who's really going after fullback? I can always either convert a slower running back or convert one of my tight ends to a fullback. So let's see. We got 2 of 3. We only need 1 more. Ah, crap. 35 or 35. So we're not going to get our other corner unless I go remove somebody like one of these wide receivers. I probably should start scouting these guys and see if any of them are slow, because if that's the case, I could remove somebody and then go and get that other corner that I need to fill as far as the needs is concerned. But we're going to go ahead and do the exact opposite of what I said I was going to do before. We're going to start offering not contracts. We're going to start offering scholarships right now and worry about the scouting afterwards. Because the whole purpose of this, especially with scouting calling for so much, and I mentioned this early on in this rebuild, is that it's not like college football 25 was. College football 25, it didn't take a ton of hours to completely unlock a recruit's or a prospect's scouting portal, his attributes. It didn't take a lot to unlock all of his attributes. Now it takes a ton, sometimes 50, 60 hours just to completely unlock all of the attributes. And I'm not trying to unlock all of the attributes. I'm just trying to see what these prospects' speed and acceleration are. So if I could see it off the first 10 hours or the first 20 hours, cool. But sometimes they don't show you speed or acceleration until you get to like 40 or 50 hours. And by then, you done used up 40 and 50 hours. So I'm going back on what I said I was doing, which was scouting first. And I'm offering scholarships first so I can go ahead and gain some ground with these prospects as we go and advance into the season. And then I'll start scouting as we go along. And if I see that they don't meet the requirements that I ask for to be able to be on this roster, then I'll just take all of my hours from them and then I'll take them off my recruiting board and I won't invest any time in them anymore. Now I'll go add somebody else and then we'll wash, rinse, repeat, do the same thing going forward. So, all right, so we've gotten all the way down to our 35th prospect. We offered all scholarships. We can start scouting now because we can. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. So we offered a scholarship. He already has 89 speed. So we know that's a good deal right there. Somebody that we want to target. He has 90 acceleration. So 9 times out of 10, he has good speed. He has 89 acceleration. So, and see, now y'all see what I'm talking about? 88. This is what I like. I'm not I'm not saying I want to see all their attributes. I just want to see the attributes that matter the most to me. So like with my receivers, with my cornerbacks, DBs, I'm looking for the acceleration and speed. I need players or prospects on the higher end of that. Quarterbacks, I need the quarterbacks just to at least have like 80 speed or above and have a decent arm like 87, 88 or above. We can develop them from there. But it's and offensive line, I've said this several times before. Offensive line, I like them to have strength. So if they have at least 85 or above strength, we can work with that. Tight ends are a struggle. I swear to God, it's hard to find a tight end with speed. Right now, these tight ends, and I might just have to start looking forward to what was I gonna say? I done lost my train of thought. I might have to start looking into drafting. Why am I saying drafted? I'm using all of these pro potential type terms and stuff like that. I may just have to convert or recruit a bigger wide receiver and convert them to a tight end just to get the speed that I'm looking for, especially since a lot of the receivers that I recruit and I scout, they end up with 84, 85 speed and so on and so forth. That's slow for a receiver for me, but that's perfect for a tight end. I just look for somebody to have at least 83, 84 or higher for my tight end in college football. Madden is a different story because I'm in a league with other users, so I'm looking for tight ends that have a little bit higher of speed. But as far as college football, all I need is about 83, 84 speed, and we good. But that's going to do it for this episode. We're done building our recruiting board and allocating whatever scouting hours that we allocated and offering the scholarship. So we're going to go ahead and cut this episode right here. Next episode, we'll get into week 0 of year 4 and we'll go from there. As always, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with more of this Kent State rebuild as well as other college football 26 content. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.